In a land ruled by proud kings and queens, there was an Igbo kingdom known for its deep traditions. The line of succession was a sacred duty, passed through male heirs, and in this kingdom, Heze, a wise and powerful king, longed for a son to carry on his legacy. His wife, Queen Adeobi, loved and respected him deeply, and she too felt the weight of this expectation. After years of marriage, when Queen Adeobi finally became pregnant, the entire kingdom erupted in celebration. People danced in the village squares, praising the gods and blessing the unborn child who would be the next ruler. The king was certain that this child would be a boy, a son to continue his bloodline. On the day of the birth, the palace grew quiet as Queen Adeobi went into labor. Heze waited anxiously outside the chambers, hopeful and proud. Inside, a trusted midwife named Oluchi helped Adeobi with the birth. When at last the child was born, Oluchi wrapped the baby and handed her gently to the queen. As Queen Adeobi gazed at her newborn daughter, her heart was both overjoyed and troubled. She knew the king had pinned his hopes on a son, and she feared what it would mean for both her husband and her child. She looked at Oluchi and spoke with quiet determination. "Tell the king I have given him a son. I will take care of everything else." With a loyal nod, Oluchi stepped out of the room and announced to Heze, "Your Majesty, the queen has given birth to a son." The king's joy was boundless. He laughed and embraced everyone around him, his pride clear for all to see. That night, the entire kingdom celebrated the birth of a prince, and the palace buzzed with music, dance, and cheer. But within her chambers, Queen Adeobi held her baby daughter, feeling the weight of the secret she would have to carry. Days passed, and the queen named her child Obinna, meaning father's heart. She dressed Obinna as a prince, and from the very beginning, she raised her daughter to understand the truth. When Obinna was old enough to speak, Queen Adeobi told her everything. She held her close and explained, "My child, you are my daughter, yet I raised you as a prince because our people, and especially your father, needed to believe you were a boy." Obinna looked up at her mother with wide, curious eyes. Though still young, she understood the gravity of her mother's words. Queen Adeobi continued, "You are special, my daughter. The gods chose you for a great destiny. You must keep this truth a secret, known only to you and me. This is our bond, and I know I can trust you." Obinna nodded solemnly, the responsibility settling within her small heart. From that day on, she kept her secret, pretending to be the boy everyone believed her to be. And Queen Adeobi, ever the wise mother, guided her with care, showing her how to walk with strength, speak with authority, and carry herself with pride. Over time, Heze took immense pride in his son. He taught Obinna the ways of leadership, showing her how to address the council of elders, make decisions with confidence, and earn the respect of the people. As he looked upon Obinna, he saw in her the strength and wisdom he'd always wanted in a successor. But Obinna, knowing the truth, often felt the burden of her mother's decision. She knew she could never reveal her true self, yet she respected her mother's sacrifice and trusted her guidance. Whenever she felt the weight of the secret, Queen Adeobi would gently reassure her, saying, "Obinna, you are the child of my heart, a gift from the gods. Always remember you were born to lead." And so, Obinna continued her training, growing into a strong and intelligent young person. She learned the art of diplomacy, the importance of fairness, and the courage it took to lead with integrity. Despite the role she played, she found a sense of purpose, knowing that her mother believed in her ability to rule, not as a queen, but as the future king. As the years passed, Queen Adeobi watched her daughter mature into the kind of ruler she had always envisioned. Though Obinna bore the secret of her true identity, she carried herself with grace and dignity, embodying the values of leadership her parents had instilled in her. Queen Adeobi took pride in her daughter, confident that she would one day lead the kingdom with strength and wisdom. And so, the queen's secret remained safe, a quiet legacy passed between mother and daughter. Obinna, raised as the future king, would one day inherit the throne, fulfilling the dreams of both her parents and the hopes of their kingdom.